Hello, everyone. I am Barendipitous, and welcome to another Legend Lore chat on the Brawlhalla Lore YouTube channel. Here we have Isaiah Marshall. Hold on. What? Major Isaiah Marshall, the specialist. Slow down, Prime Minister. Are you saying terrorists or werewolves? You know what? Never mind. I'm sending a guy. President Cortez on the blue phone in the Situation Room. And then, listen up, folks. Mission briefing. Intelligence assesses 20 to 30 targets armed with automatic weapons or claws with supernatural strength. We'll be loading EMPs and silver. Insertion and exit is the roof. 1900 hours is the extraction deadline. Any later and we have to cancel taco night. Questions? Isaiah Marshall, Briefing Room, OEL Op Command. As the story goes, people with the security clearance to know that the Office of Emergency Logistics existed also knew that it was Major Isaiah Marshall who made the OEL America's first line of defense. When President Cortez first took office, he was shocked to discover the sheer number of malevolent forces, both supernatural and mundane, menacing the nation he now led. The new president leaned heavily on the top-secret OEL and its resourceful commander to battle these threats. Whether alien, monster, or homegrown menace, Isaiah took an ecumenical and practical approach to battling the scourges of the world. He resolved the crisis in Mumbai when he established at the last possible moment that Rakshasa's invisibility does not extend to ultraviolet scopes. He determined that silvered ceramic is the best multi-purpose shell for penetrating narco-terrorist Kevlar, Zakhtari power shields, and werewolf hide. Wow. When rappelling into interdimensional portals, he established the need for copper cable and sound belaying technique. In Valhalla, Isaiah still loves to fight, but has also finally found time for slackline and guitar. He has put together a techno-fantasy Europop band with Ada, Ulgrim, and Fate. Connections. So, here we go. Oh gosh, it's being slow again. There it is. Any connections? Oh yeah, no. Isaiah's not mentioned in other Legends lores at this point, though, which makes sense. We're gonna see more of that as with these later legends here, as there are fewer legends that can mention that can mention the newer legends. Because as far as I know, they haven't really updated the legend lores. Like they write it and then that's pretty much it, to my knowledge, I think. Anyway, yeah. Isaiah Marshall may be among the more, I guess, mundane characters because he's like modern day special forces character. Like not really supernatural, but he knows how to tackle the supernatural. President Cortez is Sentinel. So in the lore-based achievements I made on the lore wiki, there's a achievement called Treason, where which you get if you KO Sentinel as Isaiah, because Sentinel is the president, Isaiah is the major of the Office of Emergency Logistics. By the way, Office of Emergency Logistics is a rather mundane term for something that deals with supernatural threats. Logistics is a term for, like, sometimes it can mean planning, sometimes it refers specifically to, like, trucking and transportation of goods, or just kind of, like, taking care of things, essentially. Emergency logistics. Anyway, do I have anything else about the OEL in here? Let's see. Why is this being slow to load? Well. Yeah. Okay, here we go. But yeah, logistics is defined as the detailed coordination of a complex operation involving many people, facilities, or supplies. So, transporting goods, the business of planning and accomplishing complex and dangerous missions. The OEL is a top secret defense agency in America under executive jurisdiction. The Situation Room is a room in the White House that is specifically for dealing with like military or defense situations. The president, the chief of staff, they talk with the highest, the other highest ranking military officers in the nation to figure things out. So if the OEL were a real American government agency, it would likely fall under the enormous umbrella of the DoD, or the Department of Defense, which is in charge of the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, and many other departments and agencies, both for defense and for intelligence, including the CIA and the FBI. So all of these departments and agencies can run on their own, but they're all overseen by the President's Secretary of Defense. So, anyway, I do love that they have Taco Night, which of course they would have to cancel if that operation went late. Mumbai is the capital city of the state of Maharashtra in the country of India. So the west central part of India, that's where Mumbai is. It's also the largest city with the largest population of millionaires and billionaires in India. Like, that's where a lot of rich people go. Little wonder, really, with its available coastline and tourist spots and whatever. Mumbai is also a popular place for like spy movies and things like that. But Rakshasas, I've mentioned Rakshasas a bit in Asuris in the chat about Asuri. Rakshasas, also sometimes called Asura, which is the feminine form of Asuri, which is another word for Rakshasa. A Rakshasa is a shape-changing, often man-eating demon in Hindu and Vedic texts and tradition. It also has influenced modern fantasy. Dungeons and Dragons, for example, has a Rakshasa creature, a shape-changing devil, usually depicted as an anthropomorphic tiger with their palms on the backs of their hands. A similar creature exists in the TV show Supernatural. So, and yes, each of these versions of Rakshasas can become invisible. But apparently, at least in the Brawlhalla universe, not to ultraviolet light. Zaktari power shields, another reference to the Zaktari alien race, of which Lord Vrax is a member. And this is a fun story here, which many of you may be familiar with. This is the first time we've heard of Fate, all right? And for the longest time, many people, many Brawlhalla players and fans, including myself, wondered, like, why is Fate there? Why is the name Fate there? Is she going to be another legend? Is it like... And so we've been waiting, and I mean, I think there are a couple other names out there that people have wondered, like, is he going to be a legend? Is this person going to be a legend? Like Lance Star Champion or the Green Knight or the Jade Knight or something like that. But Fate especially, like Fate has like Lance Star Champion seems kind of like a spoof off of like Luke Skywalker or something. Jade Knight, another like seemingly minor character. But the fact that Fate is listed next to Ada and Ulgrim made us think that it was another legend in Valhalla. And so we were like, who the heck is Fate? And, well, now we know. But it was a while before we finally got this wonderful gal here. This wonderfully delightful gal. And we'll talk about Fate when we get to her, of course. But let's see. What else? Oh yeah, so I said modern times based on like Isaiah's garb, like the things that I mentioned. I'm pretty sure, I mean, he and Sentinel obviously have to be from the same time period. Isaiah is likely, he's probably a bit younger than Sentinel would be my guess. Sentinel, as I said before, was likely born sometime between 1945 and 1965, so he'd be about the same age as George W. Bush or Barack Obama, would be my guess. That's like the average age of a president usually in America. It's almost certainly like the present day, meaning the early 21st century, like the 2010s or something, like the 20-teens. So, but yeah, blasters and cannon. So blasters is obvious for a modern soldier, right? But a cannon, like, that is rather unorthodox, but it, you know, as we'll see soon, some of these cannon signatures show that it's kind of more of a, I guess, machine gun or like a giant bazooka thing. But what's really topical is the invisible drones, right? A few of Isaiah's SIGs I will show in a little bit.
Isaiah.
Woo Chandroid. Alright, hit the table there. Alright, give me a weapon. Come on. There we go. Alright, cannon. Cannon's such a fun weapon, isn't it? Anyway. But yeah, you can see like this invisible drone comes in and out. So that was like a bazooka shot. And that's like a machine gun. And then... oh, come on. There we go. So a couple of bazooka sort of things. There's also like a machine gun, I guess. But yeah. The invisible drone is definitely a modern thing. I don't know if like drones can actually become invisible. I am aware that like the CIA, the FBI, they have some crazy technology that they developed, and I've heard of, and they actually have a museum of in like their head. I can't remember, is it CIA? I think it's the CIA has a museum at their headquarters of technologies that they've developed, and it's older stuff. Like this is declassified stuff, right? And among them are things like, I think one of them was like a briefcase with a gun hidden inside of it, or like a camera that was shaped and sized like a dragonfly, and things like that. Just crazy stuff. But that's the things that they can show the public, right? What the heck would they have that they don't want to show the public, and for fear of their secrets getting out, right? So anyway. So who knows? But drones are definitely a thing, part of what they do. So with blasters, what I think is interesting is that there's these lasers here, these tracking lasers, which I think is kind of cool. Oh, the laser kind of hurts as well. Oh, come on. There we go. There we go. Yeah, same thing, tracking laser. Like, that's gotta be the most straightforward signature of them all, right? Oh wait, his gun changes. Oh my gosh. They like the guns merge, kind of? I've never noticed this. Huh. That's interesting. Alright. And then... yeah, same. Yeah, I guess he has another gun on him. But again, like, I can kind of see how, like, you see the back of that, like, where his right hand is, that blaster looks like the blasters he has, so, I'm interested to see what some of the other blasters look like, because we got this thing. Isaiah. I don't think the animation of the blasters would have changed, just because of the skin. Batra, I like it. Give weapon. Okay, excellent. Yeah, it's the same. Okay, so it's the same gun, but you can see that the gun skin kind of merges with the larger gun, right? Okay, that's cool. Learn something new every day. It's kind of neat. All right, well, that's all I've got for Isaiah. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, GG, fellow lore nerds.